Today's project is going to be a skyscraper design project that we're going to 3D print for some practice in 3D modeling. Now, last class, you guys did excellent and you started to do some 3D modeling. And remember, the way we started that is going to new and like double clicking our standard .ipt. Inch wasn't there. When it loaded, it brought us to our inventor file. Remember, we start in the 3D mode here. But everything we know in Inventor to make it 3D needs to start with a sketch. So we either hit S, or we clicked on this button, so I'm going to hit S, because it's easier. And then we worked on this plane, okay? XY plane is where we usually start most things, so I'm going to start right there today. So what you're going to do is select a skyscraper. So you're going to pick a skyscraper for some inspiration here. I've already picked mine. You can do some Google searching. Don't do anything super confusing because you don't want to push it too much and not be able to do it. So this is a good start for me. When you're doing 3D modeling, you got to think of it as kind of like a subtractive process. So, for instance, I know the overall shape of this is a rectangle, okay? So I'm just going to take this, and we're going to make... And when you're drawing stuff and you don't click, you can use the tab button to change sizes. We're going to make the height tab, that's the one that's highlighted right now over here, we're going to make it 3 inches, okay? Oops, I did the other wrong. I did the wrong one, I'm sorry. 3 inches. And I'm going to make the other height, I'm just going to make it a different height for now, we can always change it. So 3 inches by 1 is a good idea, okay? So again, Control-Z goes back, but if you want to see that again, I'm going to hit tab, this should be 3. The other one should be 1. You just hit enter to lock in. Those are called dimensions, the size and shape of something. Okay, so since I'm doing this, I'm just going to bring you along with me and just do it. I'm going to hit Finish Sketch and E for Extrude. And, I'm doing a rectangle so that 1 by 1 by 3 looks pretty good. Okay, good. So now here's the overall shape of my skyscraper, right? It's just a rectangle. Now I see on the side here I have some cut-ins, okay? Now, this is going to be pretty easy to do if I think. You have to really think about how stuff is designed in 3D. So I know that I need to cut into the side of the skyscraper, okay? And it's only on this side and the back of it probably, so here and here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start a new sketch by hitting S again. And you can put sketches on top of any flat surface. So I'm going to click it. Remember, you can push down your middle button to move and pan. And zoom in and out is scrolling it. So there's this. So I'm just going to draw my cut-in. So I see the cut-in over here goes pretty much midway to the bottom. So I'm just going to draw a rectangle that starts about here. Okay, and I'm not going to do it perfectly yet. Alright, so that looks pretty decent. And I'm going to use a dimension button. Dimension lets us change where things are located or the size. So I'm going to click dimension, and the way it works is, let's say I want to make the distance from here to here a certain thing. I just click it here to here, and then you can just put it somewhere. So I'm going to maybe make that 0.25, and that looks pretty good. And I'm going to do the other side, the same thing. 0.25, great. And I know that it's going to go pretty much all the way up, so I'm going to do that there. And then it goes and you can just stretch it with your eye at this point, to there, okay? So good. Now I'm going to finish my sketch, E for extrude again, and I'm going to cut it in. So remember, you got to cut, and this should be selected. Now I know it doesn't go all the way through, it just goes a little bit into the surface. So I'm going to do maybe 0.2. And that even might be too much for me, so I'm going to do 0.1. There you go. So that's the beginning of my cut-in right there, okay? So, and again, I'm going to do that on the back as well. So again, I'm going to draw my rectangle here somewhere till about, I don't know, there. You can always look and see. If I really wanted to be smart, I would have put a dimension from here to here. That way I know it's the same, and I'll do that for you. So I'm going to make it 0.65, okay? And we're going to finish this. I'm not going to finish this right now, but I'm going to roll back around to this. And I'm going to go into this extrusion, right-click, edit the sketch, and I'm going to make sure that the dimension, by hitting dimension, or D for dimension, is 0.65. That way, that cut-in will be even on both sides. So now it's going to be the same, okay? Now I'm going to go back into this sketch to finish it. So again, right-click, edit the sketch, right-click, edit the feature, edits 3D. But if I right-click and edit sketch, I'm back in. And remember, I dimensioned 0.25 from each side, and that's right there, and that's right there. So that's already, and you're going to see if you, this is already the same as the other side. If I try to put a dimension, sometimes it gives you like a over-constrained thing. Just hit accept. That's okay. All right, so I'm going to finish the sketch. E for extrude. Rotate it around. You might have to click inside of it. And again, cut it. So that's like that. Okay, so that looks like the front of my building. Now, I know that I have, see this little cut in up here? I have something that kind of cuts the top down a little. And again, this is all thinking about geometry. So if I put a sketch, hitting S, clicking on the top, I'm going to just draw a rectangle like this, okay? I know that I need to cut the top off. So if you hit the O button on your keyboard, O for offset, offset kind of just makes a line stick to your mouse. So watch, ready? I hit O, I'm going to click this rectangle, and look at that. It sticks to my mouse. I can bring it out or in. And I know I'm going to bring it probably like this, okay? Because I'm going to cut, and I'm going to show you, if I finish the sketch, I'm going to cut with extrude, and I'm going to click in here, extrude, cut it, and I'm going to do this part, the very top part, so I'm going to do it about, I don't know, 0.6. Looks pretty good, so I hit OK. Okay, so now, let's take a look at that compared to this. It's getting there, okay, so I have my indent and the cut in. It's not exactly the same, and that's okay. So that's there, okay? And then I would continue to do this process. So I have like this thing sticking out here. So on this side, so I might do a sketch on this side. And I know that really what I'm looking at here is something like this. So I might do, like, this is sticking out of the side. So, I don't know, just roughly eyeball it. Finish sketch. E for extrude. 0.2. Yeah, 0.25 maybe. So you can see that here I have this block here. And again, there's a bottom to this I didn't do just for time's sake. But, so you can see how this is kind of coming together, okay? And, there's a spire on here, so you would maybe do that. I'll show you how to do that really quickly. You can drag a work plane up. So I'm going to click and drag it just like that to a certain point, okay? You can put sketches on these. So I'm going to put a sketch here and do like a tiny little circle, okay? Just like this. Okay. Then I'm going to put a sketch on here. And I'm going to draw a bigger circle. Oops. Like that. And then we have this tool. It's fancy. It's called Loft. I click it. I'm going to click on this circle and this circle. I hit OK. I kind of made my point. Again, it's not going to be exact, and that's okay. But you're going to want to kind of... And then, of course, I would do like the little window details and things like that. So that's what you're going to be doing for a good part of class today, okay? So think about it, choose, something that's not too hard, that's pretty simple for you to do. Choose a skyscraper and kind of have fun. Play around with it, maybe add some stuff you want. It doesn't have to be exact. If you want to add some, cool features to your skyscraper, add it, okay? So try that.